All right, well, hello everybody. Here we are from the barn. This girl, I figured I'd kick off with her because she's like kind of a cool story. So she's one of our Hereford mamas, and she had a pretty bad urinary tract infection actually about, maybe about 3 months ago. And man, we brought her in, we saw her on the pasture. She was thin, a little bit graphic here, but she was urinating blood. So we were super concerned. We called the vet right away and we said, hey, she's thin, you know, she's urinating blood and we're concerned. So he did an ultrasound and he said, look, she's bred, she's got a calf. We don't really see anything too bad going on with her. The calf is healthy. And basically you're gonna have to give her 40 days of penicillin. Now, let's talk about this. Because I think there's sort of this, let's call it, I don't know if I want to call it a misconception, but there's some of this, there's a theory out there that says, you know, you should never give an animal an antibiotic. You know, like this is more like the health side of things, and if you want to produce great meat that customers are going to love, and but here's the thing, I want to talk about this, and I'm probably setting the stage on this wrong, so forgive me, it's a long day. But you know, I think and we think that our number one goal is to keep these animals healthy, right? Healthy and producing. Now, she's got a calf inside of her, so we're keeping her healthy and we're keeping what's inside of her healthy. And when the vet comes and recommends 40 days of penicillin, which is an age-old drug, we do it because why would we let this cow die? Look at her, she's recovered, she's looking great, she's put a ton of weight back on. Like, why would we let her die? And you know, that's my biggest gripe with some farms that are coming out there. And look, my background is in health sciences, my background is in sports medicine, my background is in nutrition. But this antibiotic basically cured her. And it was in and out of her system. It's because you can't slaughter an animal when it has antibiotics in its system anyway. So at the end of the day, here she is. She's recovered. She's put her weight back on. She's looking great. The calf is going to be super healthy. And this, you know, helped her. Which brings me to the next point. We were just talking outside as we were giving our cows water that are in a small corral. There's also folks that say, you know, don't put your animals in the barn. Don't ever put beef in the barn. But there are certain circumstances where you have to bring the animal into the barn so that you could monitor them. Like she's been in the barn now for about 90 days. 90 days. You know, she's on hay. She's on haylage. She's doing great. And at the end of the day, what's wrong with that, right? And I think this is where on the health side of things and the health guru side of things, you know, we can get a little bit nuts, because our first commitment really in running the farm is to make sure that the animals are healthy and that they're thriving. And that's the commitment that we're making here, you know, to our girls and ultimately to our customers. So I just wanted to kick off with that because you see a lot of advertising out there where they say no antibiotic, and the truth is, like, animals are not slaughtered with antibiotic in their system. So it's sort of a labeling thing. It's somewhat of a myth, I guess, or just good marketing. But at the end of the day, it's like us, right? If you have some kind of an infection and you're giving a 7 to 14 day cycle of an antibiotic, say a penicillin, should we take you out back and put you down for it? I don't think so. So anyway, I just wanted to bring that up because it's one of those things that kind of, it grinds our gears, but then it also makes you think like, hey, you know, how are these other farms doing it? How are these other farmers doing it? Are they just letting their animals die on pasture? And I just have I guess I have an issue with that. So anyway, I just want to come on today and say, look, you know, sometimes, you know, there's things that sound great, but they're not great for the animals. So we want to just make sure that we're doing the right thing, you know, for the animals that we have. And you know, we have a lot of animals on this farm, and we have to make sure that we take care of them, and we're focused on their you know, their welfare, I would say. Let's call it, you know, the welfare of the animal. We want to make sure that they're healthy. We want to make sure that they're thriving. We want to make sure that they're doing well so that they can ultimately do well. As breeding stock, like this mama here is, and that they're the others, the steers and the feeders that we have, are going to do well, you know, for the customers. These are our two dairies. We have 𝐲𝐫𝐬𝐭 right here, and we have Sweet Pea. Both of them are bred to a Black Angus bull, so they're going to drop a I don't know, a Jersey Angus calf, and that's going to be our first time crossing a Jersey with an Angus. So what we've heard in the past is that the meat is fantastic, so we're gonna see about that. I have these, so these are 𝐤𝐤 dairy cows, and their milk is amazing. But well, I shouldn't say we, I should say Lauren says I get involved with too many things, but I have a desire to build out maybe a 20 to 30 head raw milk dairy. So that's one of my desires, because I know that raw milk has been getting a lot of attention lately, number one. But number two, it's fantastic, especially this Jersey milk. It's thick, it's creamy, it's delicious. And when it has that 𝐸2 protein, even if in the past you've had some negative responses to dairy, it just won't be there with this group here. So anyway, that's my message, I guess, or that's one of my aspirations, is to get sort of a raw dairy going. I don't know if it'll be here. I think we're pretty much out of space here, and you know, we've outgrown the farm pretty good, so we're trying to figure out what's next and what we can do. And that's the other thing. You know, I was telling Lauren the other day, I said, man, you know, I'm a little bit tired. I mean, it is encroaching upon December. It's been a long year. And then the next one starts right behind. And, you know, sometimes we say, how much are we going to do? And man, I hate saying that. I hate that dialogue. How much are we going to do? How much are we going to do? Because, I don't know, it's kind of fun to do. And it's fun to challenge yourself. I can get a little overboard, so I have to watch myself. But ultimately, this whole thing has been a challenge from day one. So it's like, well, how much can we do? How much can we do here? What's possible? What else is possible? And it's a good message, you know, challenge yourself, but don't over challenge yourself, because you'll find yourself spread. And this year, I think we got a little bit too spread, especially on our turkeys. We didn't grow them as big as we want. We started them 2 weeks late intentionally, because we got a lot of 15-pound orders. Then our butchering date was a week prior than it was last year, or sooner than it was last year. So our turkeys came in like 10 to 12 pounds, which I think a lot of people are pleasantly surprised how big a 10 to 12 pound bird is. And they said it was fine and it was great. But, you know, we did have some folks that weren't thrilled. So I don't know, we ask ourselves, how much are we going to do? Every year we do the turkeys, and I say, I'm not doing turkeys. And you know what? I end up doing them. So I don't know. I think we're going to start doing a little more partnership-based work. We do have some Amish guys that we work with that are really cool, and they do a great job for us, helping us with some of the chickens. I did have an Amish farmer help us a little bit this year on a couple of the turkeys. That was kind of cool. So you realize that you can be ambitious and you can be multi-species and you can grow, but maybe it's good to work with people that are experts at what they do and, you know, just bring good quality, you know, product to customers, you know, from other passionate farmers too, you know. And chickens, we have such a limited capacity here to do chickens, and our customers love our chickens and they want our chickens, but we can only grow here a couple thousand birds. The problem is we sell, if we grow 3,000 to 4,000, we sell probably 6 to 8. So I don't know. It just makes me think, you know, how much could we do? Well, if we partner with other farms and farmers that are passionate about what they do and do things the right way, it kind of becomes, you know, somewhat unlimited as opposed to limited. So anyway, I'm just spitballing with you and sharing some of what we deal with, because, you know, that's what this channel is all about. It was never about just being sunshine and rainbows. It was about sharing what the journey of first generation farming is, and, you know, the good, the bad, the ugly. And man, this year we got our butts kicked on the turkeys, so I'm a little butthurt right now thinking about it. But we had a lot of great customers that understood, and we had some that said, I had one guy say, well, can't you go outside and weigh them sooner and figure out, you know, where they're at? And it's like, have you ever tried to weigh a turkey that's alive? It's super hard. So, and everything doesn't scale well. It's like taking a turkey that's 15 pounds or 20 pounds and putting it in the middle of Giant Stadium or MetLife Stadium and saying, well, looks like it's about 10 pounds, 20 pounds. Scale plays a major role on a farm too. So guessing weights becomes, you know, pretty challenging. But anyway, that's what I figured I'd share today. Just kind of spitballing with you guys. And we definitely love the animals. That's the best part of the farm. So for those of you that are thinking about getting into farming, it's really cool. Like I always say, it's really expensive, but the animals are the best part. They're sort of the reward of this whole thing, and they make it really cool and fun. But you got to make time and spend time with them. So they are not here forever, but if you spend time with them, they're really sweet, and they're always in good spirits. You know, Lauren always says this. She goes, look, even when an animal's sick and it knows that it's dying, they're still at peace. They don't fight you. They just go and they go in peace. And she's had a couple animals die in her arms. So that's, it's crazy, you know, when you have an animal in your arm and it takes its last breath and you're there for it and with it. Anyway, that's probably why we do what we do, just to spend time with the animals and bring good food to people around the country. So that's what we're trying to do, and most specifically this New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Maryland, you know, Northeast corridor. But we do have a lot of great customers nationwide. So again, we want to thank everybody for being a part of this, and I'm going to try to get more consistent with the videos. It's been a rough couple of weeks here, but we're gonna keep going. So anyway, thanks everybody. Hope you have a great day, have a great night, have a great life. We'll see you soon. If we can get you some meat, what do you think, Emma? Should they come here for some meat? You know, you're a milker, so they're not gonna be getting you. But anyway, go to wearefreedomfarms.com and we'll see you guys real soon. So we'll talk to you. Have a happy Thanksgiving if we don't talk before then, and I wish you all the best. See ya.